So to be clear, you're not concerned about security, you're not concerned about power, you're not concerned about policing. I mean, your biggest thing is just fairness and treatment.
You are paying for power, right? Power that you did not consume. Every month you so you will not have light for 1 month, but that system will still give you a bill at the end of the month. Is that fairness? I said we don't have a vision. The government doesn't have a vision. No, because they know the system. They know the system. If they bring their money and that money didn't make profit, they have insurance back home. And they have insurance that can take care of that. Don't tell me all this. They have insurance that will take back all this money. So even when they declare bankruptcy, there's something going on somewhere.
Which is part of doing business, is the cost of doing business. Oh, and that's why most clean companies will not be in Nigeria. Companies that are honest and they have integrity.
And they have to speak in tongue well for that one.
I've thought, what about if those churches just build like a flyover, they build a road, or they build another, they can just spend money and just build a bridge that will help people go to their services easier. But instead of that, they would rather be like, oh, maybe I want to build a university, or maybe I want to build this out. They have other ambitions, but people are struggling to come to worship with you on a day you have a service along Lagos by the express road. I might spend 4 hours just to get there.
Nigerians want to make impact, but the environment is not encouraging. It's not encouraging. Jakarta steel industry is in Kogi State, but they've been building it for over 50 years. They never finished it. When I was in Abuja, people were buying employment, 1 million naira. Where can you be buying employment in government offices? You can just imagine that. That's the complex problem that we should try to solve. That's why I fall down back to it's still the individual. Nigeria doesn't have a view. They don't know where we are going. They don't know where they are going and how things are. Just doing things. PDB, I will provide answers for you. Just what you provide rules? What do you mean you provide rules? That's the things you are supposed to do. Those are not part of the things we are supposed to be discussing. That's your job. Maybe Nigeria. Maybe it's not Nigeria. Maybe it's not Nigerians that will come and save Nigerians. Maybe it's immigrants, just like you said, the Lebanese, the Indians that will come and save Nigeria. Maybe. Who knows?
Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lost Negotiations. I'm your host, Brodda Mike. Dr. Ayodele is so excited to have him on. How are you today, sir? How are you doing? How is Auckland, right?
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. How's the weather?
The weather is quite sunny at this point in time. And what usually happens is that when the northern hemisphere is in winter, we are in summer. And when we are in summer, you guys are in winter. So
winter, yeah. So we're entering the fall season, fall winter.
Yeah.
So that means you are like in the spring. You are entering summer. You are leaving spring into summer.
Exactly.
Maybe we'll trade places. I'll just come down there.
Yeah, that's what most people do actually. When it's summer whenever they hide in Europe or in America, they come down to Auckland or New Zealand just to have their time. And when they're done, they went back to Europe again when it's summertime and all this kind of stuff.
So here's my issue. I was going to come see you, but you said there was a lockdown or something like that. Has the lockdown been lifted? The COVID lockdown?
Still, there's kind of a lockdown for most part of the country at this point in time. We are trying to use it in the country. We are trying to use what they call elimination strategy, where we don't want to tolerate COVID in the community at all. So it's still a lockdown. So if you're not a New Zealand citizen or you're not a permanent resident holder, you're not welcome.
I guess you're saying no, thank you. Don't bring your COVID inside here, is what you're saying.
Exactly. That's what the government is saying. Not what I'm saying. But if I might tell you, the power of this country is its green nature. Wherever you are, you want to say it. Wherever you are in any part of the world, you want to visit New Zealand because it is stunning. I can tell you that.
Oh wow! Okay.
It is stunning. It's different.
Good. I love it. So your journey to Auckland has been a very, very interesting one.
Yeah.
Just for the audience, I know you are a lag graduate, at first before you got your doctorate out there in New Zealand. Can you give people an idea of however you want to say it? I don't even know how to say it. I'm laughing because that journey has been a very, very interesting one.
Okay, I'll just summarize it because there's not much to read actually. Is that I left Lagos precisely long time ago. I must tell you, it was an amazing experience for me, and this beautiful country defined me, and that's been all good all the way.
Wow. So besides the weather, I mean, what else reminds you of home? What else? Do they have other things that can say, okay, this reminds me of Nigeria, as to why you love New Zealand so much?
Because of the people. You're welcome. Because of it, right from I also make some couple of travels, and each time I leave Auckland to go to maybe Australia, to go to other part of the world, it's quite different. When I'm landing back in Auckland, I can see the people, the smile of welcome back home. Welcome. Which I don't usually say. Even back, if I'm going back to Nigeria, it's not the same thing. When I get back to Nigeria, the greeting is, I can see the hungry. No, I just see something that's not unusual.
Oh my God, you're not gonna go there, are you?
I don't want to go there. Because it's not something. It's not. I don't want to promote what is not good, but it is. It's not. It's quite different, and I'm telling you, and I don't. In as much as I'm in Nigeria anyway. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
We'll leave it at that. So you've been in Auckland. You are a very, very you're a happy Kiwi. Is it Kiwi or Kiwians? What do you guys call?
It's Kiwi.
So you're a happy Kiwi.
Happy Kiwi Nigeria.
Yeah, and home is anywhere your family is, wherever you're happy. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Home could be anywhere. So yeah.
Yeah, but home is anywhere, but not Lagos is not anywhere. At this point in time, Lagos is not where to. It's not it for me.
How about
people
Abuja?
Are enjoying it, but not.
How about Abuja?
Not for me. I lived in Abuja too for.
Oh, you lived in Abuja for some time. Okay.
For some time as well, but
didn't like it.
I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
Okay.
Not because of the environment. The environment was fine, but it's more than happiness is a collective thing for me. It's not just about me. It's about the concerns for people around me, the people I see, people receiving justice when they need to receive justice, people receiving fulfillment when they are pushing their goals. They can actually pursue those goals and achieve them, which for me sometimes is very hard in Nigeria. Sometimes it's very hard. And people that really successful in Nigeria, I give them kudos. Because they're trying. If they're doing it legit anyway.
If they're doing legit, so is New Zealand rubbing off on you, or Nigeria is rubbing off on? Like, are you becoming more a Kiwian? Are you becoming more a Kiwian and less of a Nigerian, or you? Because you are sounding more like like a Kiwi guy now.
Yeah, I'm sounding more. I'm tending towards that area because I've left Nigeria for over a long time now. It's not that Nigeria is just gone. It's gone, man.
What did you say? Nigeria is what? Scandalous or scandal?
That Nigerian lifestyle. Yeah, I think I'm living it, and I'm not missing it really.
So this show here, we try to talk about the diasporans and Lagosians. Actually, you're bred and born Lagosian. Yeah. And you're also in diaspora, so you qualify to speak on this matter. I guess sorry, I'm laughing. I guess the question that one of the first questions I want to ask you is, like, for diasporans outside of Nigeria, would you advise to come back to Nigeria, and what would coming back to Nigeria be like if you had to come back to Nigeria?
If I have to come back to Nigeria, I just want a fair system. I don't want the best. I just want a fair system, and my right is not trampled upon. That's all I want. If I can see that, I'm ready to move to Nigeria.
Okay, so let's break that down. That's heavy. That's very heavy. Fair system, and your rights are not trampled upon. So a fair system means, the judicial system ultimately, because Nigerians will argue that the judicial system is very fair.
No, fair system. I mean, like if across the board, fair system. If I'm going to the bank, I want you to treat me right, and I want to treat you right as well.
Okay.
I don't want to do anything there. That across the board. If I can see those things in place.
Okay. So why not? Let me give an example. I was just in Nigeria recently, coming back, Murtala Airport. There's a long line, right? Long line to get into the airport. So you're trying to get into the airport, and they are telling you your family can't come in, your sister can't come in, your dad can't come in. This is just to get into the airport so you can get your boarding pass. But people were paying the guys at the gate outside just to get into the airport. So you're not even flying or going to check. It's just to enter the airport building, and you have two luggages. You need somebody to. So that fair system you're talking about is actually not fair. That people were getting turned back because they didn't settle the guy at the door of the airport to enter the building. So exactly. I think so fair overall, you're talking about like the whole system has to be fair.
Yeah,
but
it has to be fair.
That's impossible to achieve. Even America is not fair.
No, that's not what I'm saying. If they turn my family back at the gate, then if the governor's children is coming, they should also, and the governor is going, they should also turn that the children and the family of the governor back at the same time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no. I think you are stretching it. You are stretching it.
Okay, I'm stretching it. Okay.
Let me explain why. Let me explain why you are stretching.
All right.
You are stretching it because being a government official comes with a special class. For example, they have a different diplomatic passport. For example, if you're a diplomat, you have a special treatment. What I think you're saying is, Mr. A or Dr. Ayodele or Mr. B, both of you, ordinary civilians, should be treated equally. I don't subscribe to the idea that governors should be treated the same as people. I understand, in the West, that's usually the case, but I think in Nigeria, because of our culture, I don't think someone who ran for office, who campaigned, who spent millions of dollars, and who is in government office,
who spend millions of dollars? Is it the money he spends?
It's dollars. They're spending dollars in Nigeria anyway. But
is it his money that he's spending? That's the question you ask yourself.
We're getting off topic here. Let's get back on point. Your first system. Hold on. First system should just be everybody. I think government and people in office should be treated slightly different.
I disagree totally, and I will not subscribe to that. Why should you? The money the governor is spending is our money.
Yeah, but even if he didn't spend any money, he ran for that office and he took a risk. He took a political risk. Yeah.
It's not his right. He has been given a privilege. He has been given a privilege to do that. If you think it's your right for you to do that, then you shouldn't be in that office. It shouldn't be. That is what I come to. That's what I was trying to tell you about service. It's about community. It's about you. If I'm happy, I want you to be happy. Yeah. Oshibajo will come to. I don't want to go into politics anyway, but a good example is that Oshibajo before the election, he was distributing 30,000 to the market people, right? Around that. But is he still doing that now?
No, because he's in office. No. He's in office.
Because he's in office.
Yeah.
So the money is now in the office. So that's what I'm trying to say. It should be a continuous thing. That means the reason why you're doing it, the reason why you're doing it in the first place is for the wrong reasons. So I don't subscribe to those kind of stuff.
Yeah, but fairness.
I've changed my focus.
Sorry to interrupt you. You're talking about fairness. Fairness. You are right. What you are saying, I agree with, but I think it's baby step. Nigeria has to take baby step. We just can't be like, Buhari will be in line with everybody overnight.
See, I am not saying there should not be security for the government official. I'm not saying all those things, but those little things count. Those little things.
So
count.
Everybody in office should be treated equally, like the rest of us, is what you're saying.
No, yeah, I'm saying like there should be like. It doesn't mean that what I'm trying to say is that if the family, everybody is traveling, fine. Mm-hmm. If the government, they have to do something, but fairness. Okay, let me just put it in this way.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, but I want us to agree on something simple we can both agree on. You are like going extreme, saying governor of the state should be in line.
No. Okay, that's true. That's true. I'm not saying the governor should be in line.
In New Zealand, maybe, or in France.
No. They sent you back. They sent you back when you are going to the airport because your friends cannot follow you. What was the reason for that?
Because I didn't pay.
You didn't know the reason.
I didn't pay them.
Because you didn't pay.
Yeah,
So
but another
if,
guy in front of me, the same man like me, fairness, the guy paid, and they allow his whole village to enter the
that's
airport.
what you can see where the justice now come into play.
Yes, yeah.
Fairness.
Yeah,
I should be able to challenge that guy. Why is it?
absolutely? I agree with you.
Yeah, but there's no state. So if those things are put in place, or if those things we can work on it collectively. But the thing is that Nigeria is not ready for that, and I'm not ready to come. I'm not ready to come to that system.
I agree with you.
100%. That's my point.
I agree with you 100%. So what you're saying is, you said there have to be fairness. Everybody has to be treated equally, and that needs to happen. So another example is you go into the bank. But these things are, I mean, I don't want to kind of go too deep into this because we have a lot of topics to cover. But so I go to a bank here in the US. If I go to a bank, I have a relationship with the bank. The bank manager knows me because I have an account with that bank. I've been there 10 times in the last 10 months. He's seen me before. He will come to me and treat me differently. But so some guy that just showed up the same. It's kind of a psychological, sociological, human nature that I've seen, this guy here 10 times, and this is a doctor. You're just coming in. He's never seen you before. He doesn't know who you are. He's not going to treat you the same way as he would treat me. It's just human nature. So that fairness.
No, that's what I'm saying.
There's a boundary.
Maybe that's one of the reasons that America is not the right place for me. Yeah? Maybe because I know if you enter a Kiwi bank, they welcome you. They welcome you, right? They welcome you, right? I'm not saying they should treat you differently, but the rest, there's going to be a queue. You stay on the queue. I'm not asking for preferential treatment. I'm not asking for that. I'm just saying that you should know that when you are there, you can feel there's an order, there's a sanity, there's a fairness. You can see everything just start radiating. You don't mind waiting.
Yeah.
Because you know that nothing is wrong is going on there. Yeah, that's my point.
Yeah. No, I understand. I want to suggest humbly. I want to suggest humbly that the issue of fairness and treating everyone equally is an issue that is everywhere in the world. There are different levels of treatment. I've been to a lot of places, and the way they treat you is going to be different, even though in the best countries. I've never been to New Zealand, so I don't know whether people there they are especially they are open. And I know some countries like the Norwegian countries, Poland, Finland. I want to think that New Zealand kind of falls into that category of safe countries and dignity and all that. But the rest of the world, I know in America here for once, a black man doesn't get treated the same as a white man, for example. So that fairness thing. If somebody's saying I'm not going to Nigeria because of fairness,
no, my brother, but even
you're never going to come.
No. So even in America, there's still you can still see. No, you can still feel like if something was wrong, somebody will see. You might not. Maybe you are taking it too far. Something is wrong. Something happened. Okay. So you can see make an inquiry into that. Why does it happen? Somebody will still give you like, okay, it will happen because of this, because of this, because of that, because of this.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But that can happen in where I'm coming from.
Okay, so what you're saying, to paraphrase,
I'm saying.
What you're saying to paraphrase, what you're saying is that there are reasons that you can understand why.
Yes.
You can. Okay, why? That makes sense. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But Nigeria, there's just no sense in terms of the fairness.
It's not that there's no sense. It's too low. I don't want to generalize. It's too low. That's what I'm saying.
What's too low? What do you mean too low?
It's below 40%.
Okay, what is below 40%? What is below 40%?
If you
the fairness. So the way they do it.
If you go by Y standard, that's failure. That's F9.
By Y, that's F9. Okay.
But there's a score. It's not zero. It's not zero. But it's not just good.
So some people,
for most part.
Yeah.
Not generally, again. For most part, again. I'm not generalizing.
Most people in Nigeria are very aware of that going around them. And they've adjusted the expectations. It's like somebody who you put in a cold water or whatever, like a frog or cold water. The temperature of that frog would drop to adjust. Yeah. And even though if you put in a hot water, temperature adjusts. Of course, that's how you boil the frog without knowing. So that may not be a good example. But people kind of have expectations that they adjust the expectations. So if you already know this very well, like it sounds like you do, you've lived in Abuja, you lived in Lagos, you've lived in many parts of the world. What if people in diaspora can set the expectation that, okay, I'm going to Nigeria, I need to buy my way everywhere I go. I need to do this, I need to do that, just to make things go smoother. And that's just the way the society runs. What if you adjust to that society, and then with that expectation, you have a better experience in Nigeria? I'm not condoning corruption or anything. I'm not condoning. I'm just saying,
if you are participating in that, you're condoning it. And I don't want to be part of those kind of system. I don't want. If I want to contribute into, like, I was listening to one of the listeners. He was trying to talk generally about there's a lot of something that can happen in Nigeria. Quite all right. There's a lot of money to be made from Nigeria. I agree with you. But the means, are you going to do it legit? Are you going to follow the same system? When you follow the corrupt systems, it doesn't. No matter you're going to do, you're still going to be. You're not promoting the country. You are doing it for your selfish reasons, for your selfish self. For your selfish reasons. The reason why, if you that's I'm just putting it that way. I don't like talking about Nigeria too much. Too much details about Nigeria, because I have limited data to do that.
Yeah. So by all hypothesis, what you are saying is that many people in Nigeria who are very, very successful and they're happy in Nigeria, they are participating in the lack of fairness and lack of treating everybody equally. Is that a fair assumption? No,
that's not a fair assumption.
Because some people in Nigeria, they're not subscribing to that,
Yes. That's something I'm not saying that.
Pay to play model.
That's what I'm saying. But for them to survive in one way or the other, I'm not saying it now costs. It's maybe like I said, it's a 100%. If I look at it from example from the national cake per se, some of them are doing a very good job, fantastic job. But for them to achieve those things, because of that system, they still have to pertain in all those little ladies. I will not condemn them. I will not condemn them for those things. But at the same time, their impact can go a long way in if they persist. If they persist in trying to get away from those things, it can push the country forward, which boils down to the fact that, like I used to tell people, every Nigerian has a part to play in the development of Nigeria across the board. So that is why you need to start thinking about your community as a whole. That person, like when I was in university as well, back in Lagos, when I was part of an organization.
Unilag, Abi.
Yeah. So what we champion is leadership, and leadership is about individual. When we believe that when you as a leader make those positive impact in your community, that's where the transformation start spreading. As against trying to do a mass, like trying to say you want to change the whole country as a goal. Change yourself first. When you change yourself, it's quite, in terms of cost, it is effective. It doesn't cost you much. It doesn't blend. So people can really tap from you, and when people tap from you, and the person that is tapping from you also change his own lifestyle, that transcends. So in that way, they start spreading. The leadership starts spreading, and so that's why when I see a government official, that's why I'm not their fan. When they come and say, I want to build this on, those things are not the right way to go. They are not the right way to go. Like you used to say also in the Bible, teach them to fish. Teach them to fish means that give them the right opportunity for them to develop themselves. Give them create an enabling environment. One of the reasons I left Nigeria is because Lagos was trying to change my orientation, my career, my everything. I said I'm not subscribing for this. I don't. I'm trained as a scientist, and we're trying to make me a sales executive. And it was good. That's what I'm saying. It was good. Yeah. They're ready to give me a car. They're ready to give me all those things but I don't subscribe for that. That's not what I want. And it's because the sector in which my sector is not. There's no regulation. There's nothing to do about it. So at that point, I can't subscribe to that. And if I say I want to change the system, they're ready to They're ready to take you on.
So to be clear, you're not concerned about security. You're not concerned about power. You're not concerned about policing. I mean, your biggest thing is just fairness and treatment.
Fairness and treatment. I know I'm concerned about fairness and treatment. That is why look at this.
Okay.
You are paying for power, right?
Mm-hmm.
Power that you did not consume. Every month you. So, that's an example of what I'm trying to say. It's as little as that. You will not have I don't know what I think it's PHCN they have now or whatever they have, or I don't know what their names.
Power Holding Company of Nigeria.
Power Holding or something. You will not have light for 1 month, but that system will still give you a bill at the end of the month. Is that fairness? I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm just saying. So I if I'm still in that system, that means I'm contributing to that system. And if I have to speak up to that, I'm moving against the system. I don't have the power. I don't know the governor that will rescue me. I'm just a common man. I don't have anybody to do those things. So instead of doing that, it's better I just lay low and just look for my own alternative. And my alternative was to just leave the system for them.
Will the solution be empowering people like you on the lower level with a mechanism to be able to challenge the status quo instead of people fleeing? In other words, if you left, I left, many people are leaving and everyone's leaving, who's going to be the person that will stand up and say, I want to challenge the system, if they feel like they don't have the power, like you don't have? If everyone doesn't have the power, who's going to, you understand, who's going to be the one that will stand up and fix things?
I think the country believes in the power of God. I'll go with them. I'll go with them to do that, because I'm sorry to say, I don't know.
What you're saying in essence is that for things to change, there's no hope because people are too religious.
No. There's for things to change, it means every one of us must become. Well, every one of us
is not coming, because every one of us is becoming a Kiwian or Kiwi. Whatever you are, sir. Right now, you have a different passport.
Every Nigerian must have a goal. Everybody. Let me even shock you again. Do you know Nigeria doesn't know where they're going? They don't know where they're going. But I can tell you from here.
This is 2021. What do you mean we don't know where we're going?
You don't know where you're going. As a country, they don't know where they're going as a country. Some people are talking about separation. Some people are talking about agitation. Some people are talking about I'm a Igbo presidency. They don't know. There's no consensus. But I can tell you, so all these countries, I can tell you that in 2030, this country we are moving to this one. In 2014, we are moving. In 2040, we are moving to this one. In 2010, we are. In 5 years' time, we are trying to eradicate the levels of poverty in this area. I can tell you those figures, and you can see that when we are discussing in the next election, oh guys, we have not done this thing. I'm sorry. These are the reasons why I've not done this. These are the things I've put in place to check this. Those are we are not having discussions. We are not. That's what I'm saying. Like, the country as a whole, they are not even ready for those kind of.
Well, because there's a question around the unity of Nigeria as a whole, as one nation.
As a whole, yeah. So there's no even way there. To talk about if we talk about Nigeria, man, I don't want. That's I told you earlier on. Like, is there any way we can help have a discussion around something that can just take the country forward.
Move forward.
So for me, move forward. For Nigeria to move forward, it takes individual. It's not about even the government. Like I tell people, like when they talk about election
time.
It's about election time. Tell them like if we can come and say, okay, this is what you let everybody there be fairness in those people, and there should be an accountability for anybody in power, So to say accountability, like this is what I've done. Let them declare their money for people that are just joining recent, people that have joined and people that are joining. Let them declare that.
But Buhari did that though. I mean, he declared his farms and all that, his cows and so.
His cows. But he can use our. And he can use our resources to go to UK. Listen to me. That's the moral lesson. you traveled with the private jet, the whatever private jet, Nigeria, the presidential jet. Let me not put it that way to UK, and you put it down there. Maybe they should tell me if it's not true, but based on what I have now, I was told that they kept that private jet there for 3 months.
And they're paying every day. Yeah.
And they're paying every day for those kinds of. It's even better for you to take it down and so that the vice president can be using it to do one or two things when he's in Nigeria, you know. So it's just about moral values. We lost that moral value. You know, we don't have value for anything. So when people tell me about Nigeria and say that when they tell me about Nigeria, Nigeria is what's this word? I can't remember. Nigeria is going to get better very time soon. I say yeah, it's going to get better soon, but we need to work on the moral values. So it's not about you saying that I have a friend that is so rich. I can remember this governor Obi when he was on Covenant platform. He was chanting like, I never spent government money. I was this one. But when the paper came out, we discovered that maybe it's his money. Maybe, but
who knows?
It wasn't so truthful. Who knows?
Yeah. It wasn't transparent about it. Yeah. So, but for those in Nigeria, we also want to give them hope. I mean, your message is kind of like, you guys leave Nigeria. Nigeria is not working. Some people believe that is a way that Nigeria can work. There are government systems in place. I know you're kind of laughing, but there are government systems in place. There are things that do work in Nigeria. I mean, things that do work in Nigeria. Businesses work. For example, there's hold on now.
That's what I'm calling. Give me the businesses.
Okay. There's this POS business now, for example, that a lot of youth are actually getting into, whereby instead of people going to the bank, you don't go to the bank. You have a little shop on the side. And, you know, some people don't like going into the bank because of the queue. COVID also made people not go to the bank.
Interesting.
So if I don't know the exact rate, but let's say somebody wants to get 20,000 naira. Out of that 20,000 naira, you can make like 300 or 500. I don't know the number, so don't quote me on that.
Yeah, that's good.
But that's just an estimate. But those are example of businesses you can run. There's also Uber.
You can run. No, before you move ahead.
Yeah.
So you gave me a very fine analysis. Have we talked about the survival rate of those businesses?
The survival rate of the
Yes.
There's no data, unfortunately. There's no data.
So don't tell me.
Or maybe there's data. I don't know.
Maybe there's data.
I don't know. I'm not in Nigeria, but there's no data to show.
That's where you go.
And it's a new concept. Just so you know, it's fairly new. So maybe you give it time. Yeah. The other things that are working, like.
Can you give me a very good one that is working? Very good one.
That agricultural is good. Agricultural is good.
Shit. Example. Give me example.
Example.
Maybe you need to do your research. Yeah? Maybe you need to do your research.
You can't come here and tell me there's no businesses working in Nigeria. There are lots of businesses. There are private. Okay, let me give an example. I'm not saying businesses don't work. Okay. Businesses do work. Yeah.
And I can tell you, we see now the only business that is working in Nigeria is IT.
Information
reason
tech,
being that it's really mean that what's the reason? Because it is it's about the person's ability. It's the skills the person has developed over time. It is the one in control of it, and it's something that is tangible. You can see it. You can see the impact those things are making. That's why, and it doesn't rely. The government doesn't have the capacity to monitor it. They don't have the skills. They don't have anything, so they can't shut it down. The corruption can't really come into effect at that point because you can override and you are above them. So that's why I have friends that are doing that. They're making millions of naira doing their services with them Glow, with the IoT. So it's because why? These are services that can work. But when it involves the government, then it starts. It just give it time. That's how I thought about the survival rate. Just give it time.
It's gonna go down.
The profit is drop. It's gonna go. It might not go down, but the prospect. How many blue companies do you have in Nigeria? All the companies are in Nigeria, except Dangote. Every other company that you see is not. How many Nigerian companies do you have?
Well, there's Obi Cubana too. I mean, there are a lot of other companies. There are companies that are making money now. Come on. Yes, now. There's Koschari's Motors. There's a lot of even there's Nigeria. Yeah, so Nigeria.
Yeah, even is he
Innocent Motors or something? Yeah.
That guy.
That's the guy making the car. Yeah.
Imagine if the government is backing that guy. If the government can put a policy, it's your guy. Put a policy in place that, okay, every government official, you have to go with this one. That's where I said the sacrifice comes into place. Look at America. America is always behind their own companies.
Oh yeah.
Talk about Apples, talk about
even the cars, like all the police, government, they all use all the government, local government, state government, federal government, they use American cars.
Imagine what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. We are not. I'm not saying Nigeria is not going to be better. Nigeria is going to be better, but we are not ready. We're not ready.
So what you're saying, though, back to our point, is that the government or the ruling party, because they have no vision, it's hard to peg your visions or your goals.
So the government, they do have leaders, but those leaders do not have
a vision.
Visions. Those visions that can guide, they can tell the citizen that this is my vision, so they can even learn from it. It pains me that I know when they talk about Vision 2010, and I was there. When last time I was there, sometimes in 2011 when they are talking 2011 or 2012 when they are talking about Vision 2020. I was there. I was flown to Abuja to come and attend some of these conferences. But where's the Vision 2020 today? Vision 2020 today was supposed to be part of the I think it's part of the 120 economy or something. Where are we now?
That's sad. Yeah, that's sad.
So
that's
sad.
Sad.
We don't have. We've tried to have a vision for two times.
That you remember. Yeah.
That I remember.
Yeah. That you're part of. So on a lighter note, I mean, besides the culture, besides the culture and the heritage and family and friends in Nigeria, I mean, what else would somebody look forward to? Somebody like in diaspora, like yourself, well, not you, because what else? Remove yourself. What would somebody else, or the audience, or the listener?
What I look forward to is the Nigerian vibes. I like Nigerian vibes.
Yeah, but apart from Nigerian vibes, though, if somebody wants to relocate or invest, because the other people doing it, like there are a lot of foreigners in Nigeria that bring in money and invest and making money. How are those guys able to be successful? How are they making it? Are you saying they're also corrupt, or they also know people? Because they know the system. They know the system. If they bring their money and that money didn't make profit, they have insurance back home. They have insurance that can take care of that. Don't tell me all those. They have insurance that will take back all those money. So when they declare bankruptcy, there's something going on somewhere. Tell me where I should not talk. I just laugh. Yeah. No. You're right. You're right, because I think so. I've been to China, a few times. The last time I was in China, I went to Shenzhen, kind of south of China. And we're talking about businesses. I was trying to do business there. I met with somebody who was my host. I had an interpreter and all that. And they were trying to tell me about the culture of how to do businesses in China. For example, you have to go out to drink with the people, the executives. You have to go out to drink with them, like after office hours. You have to socialize. You have to do. So there are things that are unspoken. So as an American coming, I think my host was trying to educate me on all those things. So I'm just saying that I give you some points there, because sometimes we don't know all these things that happen in the back room. Because I had this host in China that was coaching me on how to bribe this guy, and how to do this, and how to go to a drink with this guy, which is part of doing business. Is the cost of doing business. That's why most clean companies will not be in Nigeria. Companies that are honest and they have integrity, they will stay away from Nigeria. And I mean, I hate to throw shade on Nigeria, but I think Obama was in Ghana. He didn't even go to Nigeria, because part of maybe going to Nigeria when he was in office might have involved him bribing somebody, and he won't want to do that. He just stays away from Nigeria.
Apart from that, that's something like people just talk sometimes. That's why I said I don't have enough data to work with. Even for Obama to fly down to Ghana, there's a security analysis that needs to be done. There's a cost effect that's attached to that. Yep. There's a lot of all those things going on.
Yeah.
So if you have to fly from that means they probably, how maybe how many
they can guarantee. Survey the land.
So honestly, maybe Nigeria doesn't have the data. There was a point Nigeria was removed from Americans. I think they put them on I've forgotten this thing now because Nigeria doesn't have a data. So
Yeah.
it's as simple as that. So when we don't, I don't like that. I said, God will save every one of us. You know, I'm waiting. God will save everyone. Then the right time comes, I'll be able to share all those. I've seen. I observed. I still listen to Nigerian news every day. I try to follow what is happening there.
What's going
That's
on?
why I got. That's why I try to get all this information. And I don't.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's hope. I mean, someday, hopefully. But I see what you're saying, which is something I hadn't previously taken into fact, which is the fact that companies that are very, very ethical may not want to be in Nigeria. Although there are some companies that are actually ethical that are in Nigeria, but there might be maybe a shield.
Yeah, because they're also benefiting. They know that that's the country they can dwell on corruption and all those things can strive. That is why MTN, the South African company, will make all this profit and send it back to their country. And so there's something going on that so many things. So when I just say, people are making money. Hey, I'm not saying they're not making money. It's good. You can invest in Nigeria and make money, but be ready. Are you ready to roll with those mods? You know.
Are you ready to roll with
those kind of? I'm not ready for those kind of stuff. I'm not looking for those kind of.
But what's your principle?
Why are you? And you know when we're going on, when we say principle, what's your principle? I have a principle in life.
So you were telling me a while ago that you had a brush with the police about NSAS. I mean, do you mind sharing?
Shakaraba State. I have to speak in tongue for that one. You know, like I keep saying, there's a reason. I want to live a good life. I want to live. When I make good life, I want to live a decent life. Yep. I want.
We all do. Most people, average people, most people.
Average people do. You know.
I
don't want to have any issue with anybody in terms of. I want everybody to be happy. Which I know is not.
And everybody should be treated with fairness. You know.
Yeah. Like I said, it's still the fairness. Why will the police guy hide because he wants me to make mistakes? You know. Because you want to feed on me. You say DTCD. How would I've not been to this area before, but you're telling me that DTCD there's one way here. Where's the one way sign? You will now go and bring it where he's lying down somewhere and say, and this, that. So all those kind of stuff.
Okay, so you carry the one way sign up and say, you didn't see the one way sign.
You didn't see the one way sign. And at that point, who is going to be the judge?
Well, the policeman is the judge and is everything.
Is the judge, right? is everything.
The jury is everything. Is the enforcer.
Enforcer. At that point, start dragging me out. I don't want to fight with you. I'm not here for you. I'm just trying to tell me the reason why that is. And again, before you know it, it's the first slap.
Wow, the guy slap you. Wow.
It's like even that one is even not the issue. The next one was that I was actually in this downfall bus, you know. I was going to well, I'm not sure, maybe it's Ayodele, but I was going there. Like I picked the downfall from I think it's a Banikoro. And then before I try to get to Pan Group, you know all these routes, So the guy just then the police guy came and they was trying to collect stop money from the conductor. And I was like, the conductor was trying to say no, they started beating the guy. And I said
why are they beating the guy? Because he didn't give them money.
He didn't give. He's not trying to.
He's not cooperating.
Maybe it's not more. He's not cooperating. I mean, no, it's money or he's not just cooperating. But this man deserves dignity. You don't do this when. Before I know it, what concern you? What concern you? Before I know, enter the bus. This boy actually took me from the bus I am in to their own bus and decided driving me off. Before I said, but why? What are you doing? Before I know it, another slap. I started arguing with them. I said, just because I know, sometimes I can be in that state, I can be my face can be so relaxed that you think that maybe there's something, there's something about this guy. So I kept telling them, like, you slap me, but I'm still going to slap you again. So like, what did this guy do? You slap me again. I say, there's the second time. I said, I'm still going to slap you. So at that point, they started feeling jittery, like, there's just something about this guy. Yeah, get that. They threw me off the bus again.
Wow.
So I've had like 3 or 4
encounter
with those guys that I just felt like.
Wow.
So those are the things that when I travel to, when I was in Turkey or when I'm in town, when they come to me and the police officer will approach you and be smiling with you and say, guy, how you do today? How you do, with respect, and I say, okay, even though I'm at fault, even if you are at fault, I'll give ticket for because you did this. Yeah, fine, thank you. Then I'm going. If I have an issue, it's a matter of me contacting the Ministry of Justice that I've been treated unfairly. It's as simple as that. This in Nigeria is not rocket science.
It's not. Yeah, it's not.
I just feel like people are just comfortable with that.
Yeah, and I was pulled over recently. I mean, I was in Nigeria driving. They pulled over this last time I went there, and Oga find us something. That was all. You just because they can tell because they look at me like you just they drive, they smile. You need to find us something. So I was alone actually. I didn't have somebody with me.
Yeah.
So I got pulled over. Of course. I mean, that's just the Nigerian system, and I just have to start begging and say, chairman, no, I don't get anything, no, blah blah. I just need to go somewhere quick, blah blah blah. So and they let me go. They didn't check my papers, didn't check particulars, didn't check documents, didn't check anything. But because I was able to sweet talk.
Sweet talk, or maybe they know like this guy is just. I think I'm just lucky. You met the right guy. Let me just put it that way.
There was like 3 of them. This was in the morning. This was around 9 a.m. or 10 in the morning.
In the morning.
It's true, Larry.
If you have wait a little bit, maybe 2 hours when the sun is hot, maybe.
Or at night. And I try not to drive at night. You don't want to be driving at night because.
No, maybe, but maybe I'm just put it that way. Maybe you've got the right police officer on duty at that time. Maybe that's 1 in 10 of them.
Maybe 1 in 10, yeah.
10 of them. You're just lucky to
maybe
to
1
have
in 10.
them,
1 in 10.
Or maybe I don't want to generalize because I don't have anything to justify that.
So overall, I mean,
well, for me, it's 100%. All my encounter with them is always 100%. My encounter with them is always
it's always brutal. And I think part of that is also the culture of respect for people in power. Respect for people in authority, respect for the police.
Yeah, which is the right thing to do. But you must like I'm saying, so the police officer here is showing me respect. Even the prime minister will show you respect.
Yeah, but that isn't that like too much respect? Even the same thing goes for religious leaders, like religious pastors.
See, if you look at the Western media, look at the way the Western media question their president. Can they do that in your country?
No.
It's still respect, Mr. President. It's still the same thing.
Yeah.
Mr. President, you've said this thing. You said this thing over the time. You said this thing over the time. But we noticed that this. But can you ask your president like that one?
Yeah.
No. It's the same thing. But it's going to tell you that who gave you that right to ask those kind of questions.
Yeah.
It's more than respect. I think they've taken that respect overboard.
Another level. And the same thing applies to religious leaders too, like the way people worship their pastors and their religious pastors, and they can't question what they are doing. That's kind of
For me, like I said, ever since I traveled out of Nigeria, I don't feel too much attached to Nigerian way of Christianity per se, because I've seen people. I still looking at the time where I will see Nigerians missionary when they are throwing bomb, they can face the bomb. Then because I've seen the white do that. So.
Yeah, whereby they go and sacrifice, they go into the.
They want to see who is hot and who can win.
Yeah,
see who can do this one. As you start doing that, then I can start giving them respect. If not, no, I will give them respect, but I will just the respect is the level I've seen them perform.
Yeah. So, but the question you're saying though is kind of important because you are assuming that you are not in a mega church. There's another level when you're in a mega church. Mega church is a church whereby you have like 50,000 people. There are a lot of them in Nigeria, like thousands and thousands.
Yeah.
Those people who are the guys at the bottom, they can't even be in the same room with the general overseer or with the general superintendent. You can't even, you don't have that. You can't reach out to them. You can't be in touch with them. Some of them are so hard to get a hold of. But still, people. So when they are walking, they clear the road for them. They clear the road for them.
Why is it so?
And I've always wanted to say this about. We look at Lagos by the expressway. There's traffic that disrupts all of Lagos's economy. Whenever there's a church or maybe one of those churches on that Lagos by the expressway, they shut down the road for hours. I've thought, what about if those churches just build like a flyover? They build a road, or they build another. They can just spend money and just build a bridge that will help people go to their services easier. But instead of that, they would rather be like, maybe I want to build a university, or maybe I want to build this out. They have other ambitions, but people are struggling to come to worship with you on a day you have a service along Lagos by the Express Road. I might spend 4 hours just to get there, and I'll disrupt all of Lagos economy. Instead of, but people just, I don't know, like the way people think. That's one of the problems I have.
No, the problem, for me, I would say, having those churches along the Brodda Expressway is not an issue for me. Just like I said, not an issue for me, but just like I think those churches are trying to manage the
situation.
But it's just that, like I said, there's no cooperation. There's no cooperation between them and the government. If the government knows the responsibility right and know that the taxes I'm going to collect in Lagos is being distributed by these churches.
Wow, that's a good one.
The churches have to pay responsibility for those things. That's what I'm saying. But you can't question it because that's something.
So what you're saying is government should think and be like, okay, if you have a service and you stop down this road, I'm going to tax you or pay to build this road. So the government should be making those initiatives.
Or pay to build
or expand that road for God's sake. That road is like a 4 or 5 lane. It should be like a 7 lane. Something like that, just that area, expand it.
Or put a toll on that, or
put a toll on it.
That's what you need to just put a toll on that. Say, I'll be repaying this road. Somebody has to take responsibility. So I won't blame it on anybody. Just as I said, people are not looking for their community. They're just looking for after themselves. They're not. The government is not taking responsibility.
Otherwise, if I were a pastor and I have 120,000 people coming to my service on one Saturday,
yes,
the lives of those people. When I'm going to church, I'll use a siren and 7 entourage, so I get to church in 10 minutes. I get to church in 10 minutes. Then after I'm back home, I'm sleeping, but people are still trying to leave hours.
And you can go. That's the most annoying part of it. That's the most annoying part. And if you ask the reason why we go to those places, it's for us to get empowered, for us to get motivated, speaking. So those simple behavior from the top leaders of those churches doesn't really. I don't think it speaks well. If you know that, then you don't hold those services. If you know you're not going to follow the queue. You don't hold those.
And who knows people that might have died on that road? Who knows people that because of the accident, because of this, because of that. So But that, my point is just the culture. People respect people so much,
which is one of the reasons I said if Nigerian is going to be good today, we will start from those religious churches. People, I'm still looking at. But I believe it's because if you start teaching us the right values. The right moral values. I say okay, and taking let that be the priorities. Then those things start having because all those church members, all those church members are in government offices. They are in private businesses. They are in everywhere. If they see them doing the right thing, see them doing the right things. People start getting. I think I would tend to go follow this route.
Start changing.
Start changing.
Yeah. Wow. No, lots of really good nuggets here. Any final parting, what would you I feel like this is like a gloomy episode. Anything on the bright side? I mean, what's on the bright side? Is it everybody should just leave Nigeria and nobody should stay in Nigeria?
No. I look forward to the time. I actually look forward to the time I'm coming back to Nigeria. But I don't know when.
With your entourage.
In terms of
get your entourage.
My entourage, with my entourage, where I'm trying to make impact,
Why wouldn't you run for office? You are so like aware of what's going on around the world. You're a world traveler. You've been all over the place. Why wouldn't you just say, okay, I'm going to make a change? Because look at those Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, all those guys. They went abroad and they came back. Tafawa Balewa, most of these guys believed in changing Nigeria. Why not you?
Why not me? The reason why not me is that the people those people changed that time is different than the people that we have now. That generation is different from generation. That's the generation that values that they love their community. They value their dignity. They value everything about them. They value the little that they have. They are not too greedy.
But the people that we have now,
most people, maybe I would say including all of us. Yeah. So that's the reason. So I'm not too comfortable right now until I know that I have everything that I need in terms of the weapon to go and face the whatever challenges. When I also have the backup, when I have the right backups, no.
Yeah, somebody told me to come back to Nigeria. Somebody told me to come back to Nigeria. They have to tell you to come. You just don't come alone. Or somebody wants to run for office. You don't just run for it. Somebody has to tell you, run. You need to have like
let me share this testimony. Not testimony. Let me share this idea from somebody.
Yeah.
The reason why people talk about, like, I keep telling people talk about like Ayodele or something like that,
Yeah.
That so even when you go, you have to come back. I have people that they are in diaspora, but when the time comes, they pay their dues in the Western world. They build houses in Nigeria.
Wow. But
simple thing, like I said, like, they'll say, why are you going back? You enjoy yourself. That's the reason why you build those houses. That's the reason why you want to go back to Nigeria. I said, no. But if they say for them, even that they have their pension and everything, they have the fact that they have to pay, like you pay driver, you pay everything. Then you are not even sure that the state that they have now, they are not even sure of those people they are employing. Those people they are not even sure of those people that are employed. And at the same time,
they can set you up.
They can set you up. They do because of the news they are hearing, because of all those things. And at the same time, if they say go and bring an ambulance, they call ambulance. You have to stay in some specific location,
to get to get 911 service.
I am not fumbling. If I mistakenly die, 911, or if I die 111 right now, they will call me back.
On accident.
On accident.
So let's say you mean, that's in the US too, Canada.
If I say clinical, they will get here. And I'm not saying they'll get here in 2-3 minutes.
Yeah.
So those things that just, so even though you want to make those impact in your community, but you should be sure that, okay, I can have this access here. Because if you say you want to have those kind of access, now that means you have to know the governor.
You have to know the governor. You have to pay for it.
You have to know this one. You have to pay for it.
You have to pay for that service. Yeah.
I have seen nobody child that fall sick 4 hours away from Auckland, and they use helicopter from Auckland to come pick up a child. It's nobody's child. They use helicopter to go and pick up, because that girl was not dying. Then when you start valuing those little things, and then you start, that, we might not get there, but at least let us see that people are working towards those things. The people say, why I should not come and do it? I will come and do it when the time is right. When I've also
and those are basic.
Those
are fundamental, basic things that every human right,
human
should have.
And I might not be the Messiah. Maybe it's not what God.
Maybe that's not your calling. Maybe that's not your calling.
Don't put me to that thing. Maybe it's not my calling.
Maybe that's not your calling. So your encouragement for those that are trying to leave Nigeria is to hustle and try to leave or something? Or it's up to them to decide, because there's no future. There's no vision, like you said.
It's up to them to decide if they want to stay. They want to create a vision for themselves. It's what they are comfortable with. They can decide to create a vision for themselves and follow suit, just like some people are doing. Say they want to get a business, then you follow suit there. You want to, but then if you think is Japaism, that is also, if you think Japa is also the thing to go with, it's also, you can also exploit. I'm not saying it's rosy how it's rosy, but I just like you can, if you know which one there's also, it's about zeal, it's about
which one you can do,
which one you can do,
and if you have the energy to manage in Nigeria and the lack of fairness, you can pay your way around.
You can pay
whatever
your way
suits you.
It's whatever suits you. That's what you want. I won't encourage you to, like I said, I won't encourage you people to leave. But me, I decided to leave. But if you want to leave, fine. If you don't want to leave, fine. But just do something good for yourself. When the time comes, we all converge together and start making those impacts. And there's a lot of stories. If you look at the story of South Korea, how they changed their economy to what it is today. It's still the same people from abroad that also contributed a lot of impact into this into this community. If you see the Western world that is like Canada, that is obviously they survive on migrants coming to them. Maybe Nigeria, maybe it's not Nigeria, maybe it's not Nigerians that will come and save Nigerians. Maybe it's immigrants, just like you said, the Lebanese, the Indians that will come and save Nigeria. Maybe.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. No, on that note, to wrap it up, thank you so much for your time, Dr. Ayodele. I really appreciate it. Send us a DM or a message at Lost Lagosians. Email address is lostlagosians@gmail.com. If you'd like to be featured, you can send us an email at lostlagosians@gmail.com. Please follow, share, comment, subscribe, like. Until next time, keep on keeping on, and see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.